Yo, what's going on? It's your boy skillz. Another episode of Must Be Trippin'. Glad to see y'all back. Glad to see everybody tuning in. First, gotta say, hope everybody doing well. You know, your family and friends, say a prayer and all that. But today's topic is gonna be, what are some reasons relationships get hard? I think that's a tough topic to talk about, but we're gonna get into it. And just remember, this is just my opinion, but y'all probably think the same thing too. So, okay, for one, I would say we dwell on the past. Now, hold on. Let me get to it. We dwell on our past relationships coming into a new one. Like, you supposed to leave that baggage where it was at. But just somehow, you always bring it with you. Like, you always say, I'm done with this person, this and that, and it's over. And then you meet this other person, and then you start seeing the same traits that the other person had. So then you start dwelling on the past. Like, yo, he acting like such and such. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by dwelling in the past. Another thing, I feel relationships got a contract. Like for real, if you think about it, in the beginning, right? We all know dating is hard. Dating is hard. We all know that. It's hard for some of us to even walk up to somebody and talk to them. So we rather do it online. And online worked out for me, you know, so I appreciated it. But a lot of people, you know, date online and it just don't go good, you know. It is what it is, whatever the situation was. But we noticed that when it do start to go good, y'all could be talking for like, what, a week or two. Everything seems smooth, opening the door for you. Paying for the meals at the restaurant. You know, that person seemed like they the one. You feel what I'm saying? And then a month come. Yo, when a month come, everything done changed. Like, they true colors done come out. And you like, yo, this ain't the same person that I met. Like, what's going on? Like what we doing here? So that's why I said relationships got contracts. Because it's like 1 minute you sign that contract, everything is going good, and then after that contract feel like it's not up to par no more, like things start switching. So another thing I say is, you don't know a person until you live with them. Oh yeah. Then you really learn their true colors. Then you really see their intentions. I'm so tired of hearing about people trying to get married in 2 years. You don't even know the person. Like, come on. What you rushing to get married for? Like, I understand it's a goal of yours. That's fine. But you want to rush the person because it's love at first sight? Really? Hey, I'm not here to judge. I'm just giving my opinion. But yeah, I noticed that. Like, another reason relationships become hard is because of the trust. So now we done went from the contract, and now we're going to the trust. Because you start to notice, like, if the person around you on the phone, put the phone down, face down. So you start drawing conclusions like, what that person hiding? And it could be nothing. It could just be, just turned his phone over, or she turned her phone over and is letting it charge. You jump into conclusions because you're starting to see the same thing that the last person did in the past. That's the situation. You dwelling on the past. That's why your relationship is not working out the way it's supposed to, because you're dwelling on the past. Sometimes you just gotta let things play out. If you let things play out, you're gonna see what that person's true intentions are. You're gonna see it. And then you have the users. You don't see the users. You can't tell by the users. The users are so sneaky. they sugarcoat everything. They make it sound so good when it's not. Hey, it's not. They're using you, and you don't understand why. I had a good friend of mine tell me why she can't get past the talking stage. And I thought about it for a while, and I said, like, what do you mean by that? And I understand. She talks to a guy, and she's ready to get serious. You know, she's ready to make him her boyfriend, but he's not ready for that. He's not. He ain't gonna tell her that. He gonna keep stringing her along. He want to see how long she gonna last. You know, sometimes it could be a test. You wanted to make him your boyfriend, but he could be testing to see how strong you gonna stay with him. He want to see how long you gonna be a friend until he make that commitment. Like, yeah, I want you to be my girl. Like, we just don't say, yeah, you're gonna be my girl. There's so many women out here. You feel what I'm saying? There's so many women out here, so we picky. We have to pick and choose. We have to see what we got in common. Like, don't just tell me you a Jadakiss fan and then we go to the concert and you ready to leave. Like, what just happened? Like, in the beginning, you told me you was a Jadakiss fan, like me. So I'm thinking we going to a Jadakiss concert, everything is good. So don't lie about the situation in the beginning. Tell the truth. Don't say things that make the person like, yo, this the one God made for me. And then a couple months later, it didn't work out. Because in the beginning, you wasn't truthful. You just said these things so you can get this person. And you ain't really want him. You probably just want to sleep with him. That's mostly how it goes these days. This is mostly how it goes these days. Some guys end up in one night stands and end up being in relationships forever. Like, you just don't know how it goes, you know? And that's why relationships become hard, because you're not truthful in the beginning. You're dwelling on the past. You got trust issues. And you're bringing that baggage to your new relationship. Stop it. Stop it. If you're trying to make something work, let it play out. Stop being insecure. You know what I'm saying? Like, really pay attention to your relationship. See what y'all got in common. You know? Don't let it be a dull moment. Like, talk about some things. Get to know one another. You know? Get deep. Get deep. Like, get deep. Get deep as you can, because you want to see how that person react. Like, if y'all start talking about death out of nowhere, and they might like look at you funny, but at least you know how this person react to the situation. Or they might be intrigued and want to know more, like what you feel about death and things like that. So you never know until you ask questions, people. We got to ask questions when we're in a relationship, because that contract switches up. It switches up. It switches up. And I just want y'all to be aware. I done met people that have been in domestic relationships. The guy in the beginning was perfect to her. So perfect. Everything was so great. And then one day he just switched on her and told her that was his true colors. You either going to deal with it or not. And she decided not to. And I'm happy. Because a lot of people don't make it out of domestic relationships. They really don't. They really don't. If a man got to put his hands on you, leave. If a woman got to put her hands on you, leave. Get up out of there. You don't deserve that. Get up out of there. What you standing there for? Because of the love? Love? That ain't love. Come on, y'all. That ain't love. They got to put their hands on you? That ain't love. That ain't love. It's not. That's being controlled. That's what that is. That person wants to control you. That person wants to show you they in charge. That person want to show you you're not on their level. So stay where you at. You're not at their level. They want to control you. And I done met some females that like that type of stuff. They like aggression. You know, they like masculine men that will put them in their place, but in the wrong type of way. Like, it's just what it is. I done met a few. I done talked to a few. And I don't think it's right. I don't think a man should ever raise his hand. Ever. It's just my opinion, people. Don't get mad at me. It's just my opinion. You know, if you see some of these things that I'm saying, change the things around. Change your life around. Go get some help. You know, talk to somebody. Seek therapy. It'll help you. If you got anger management, You know, it'll help you. These are things that happens in relationships. They're not perfect. They're not perfect whatsoever. And I think that's another problem. Most people be trying to become perfect in their relationship. Like, they scared to fart in front of their loved one. Like, if you love that person, bust a little gas. I mean, if y'all that comfortable, you feel me? If y'all that comfortable. A lot of people ain't that comfortable. But these are the stages. That's why I said relationships have contracts. Certain things you're not going to do in the beginning of y'all contract. But down that line and that fine print is like, hey, I bust gas on the side a few times. Excuse me. Like, it be things like that, going in the bathroom while the other person using the bathroom. I don't like that, but it has happened. It has happened. These are the things that I noticed. So they're not going to do these things in the beginning because it's going to be weird. You're like, nah, I ain't rocking with this. But now that y'all together and y'all know each other's personalities, it's cool. It's cool. So I don't want to hold y'all up too long, but that's just my thoughts, my opinion on why some relationships. So far.